The Atlanta Hawks are making big changes after a really good win earlier this week. And in this video, I'm going to break all of this down, but please stick to the end for me while I show you something that no one is talking about and the impact that this move or this report that just came out could have on the entire NBA. Now let's talk about this because this one is real right now. Now, per Jake Fischer, the Atlanta Hawks are no longer just monitoring the Anthony Davis situation. According to the latest report, the two teams showing the most interest in Anthony Davis right now are number one, the Toronto Raptors, boo, and number two, your hometown Atlanta Hawks. Yes, the Hawks. And before anyone just says, that's smoke, that ain't happening, let me keep reading because this is where it gets very, very complicated. So Fischer goes in this article talking about the fit, this, that, and the other, but he says something to the degree of this. At this point, there isn't much confidence around the league that Atlanta can put this together or offer a strong enough, seriously interested Dallas trade package. I will say this about that statement I just said. That's the league. They don't believe that Onsi can get it done. But we've seen Onsi really do that thing. But the league believing that it's not making sense or it won't happen, that makes sense. Because here's the reality. We're talking about Anthony Davis. You're talking about a max level guy, all NBA caliber player, and even with the injury concerns, Dallas seems to not be just giving him away for free or a role player and a few picks. Which brings us to the most important part of this entire report. Now, according to Jake Fischer, for Atlanta to realistically enter the mix for a max level salary like Anthony Davis, the clearest path would either require Trae Young or Kristaps Porziņģis in that deal. And that's where everything changes. This is something we knew, but hearing it on paper changes everything. Because this isn't like a, hey, we like Anthony Davis type of thing. This is a, are you willing to fundamentally alter the core of the Atlanta Hawks type of thing? Now let's slow this down for a quick second. Because I would say this. I know I had to breathe on this because this statement I'm about to say is kind of, I don't like talking about it. If Trae Young's involved in this trade, that is essentially a full reset of the franchise. That's the Hawks saying, we're ready to move into a completely different era. That's tough because Trae Young has been here day one, and this means that you're tossing the keys to Jalen Johnson saying, lead us, which he's shown that he can do. Now, the second realistic, I would say more realistic trade is involving Kristaps Porziņģis, which is something that might happen and it's something that might be a positive for all parties involved. Because Kristaps Porziņģis gives Dallas a stretch big, floor spacing, a plug-and-play offensive fit next to the guys they got, and also salary cap relief because his contract's done after this year. And for Atlanta, swapping Kristaps for Anthony Davis would instantly upgrade the defense, upgrade the rebounding, upgrade the rim protection, which, by the way, are the three biggest things the Atlanta Hawks are missing right now. But here's the tension point. Anthony Davis is elite when healthy. Dallas knows that. Atlanta knows that. The league knows that. So the Hawks have to ask themselves, are we willing to attach one of the core pieces that we have this year, one of the core picks that we have coming up, just to roll the dice on the potential elite status of Anthony Davis? And this is where the report says that there is skepticism around Atlanta's offer. Because unless Trae Young is on the table, which I highly doubt, the Hawks are basically trying to thread a needle by using Kristaps Porziņģis and picks to get Anthony Davis. Now let's zoom out for a second because this matters. This is the third major report in a very short window linking Atlanta to either Anthony Davis, Giannis, I've seen Sabonis, and now explicit confirmation that the Hawks are calling and checking in on big men. This is not accidental. This tells me that Onsi Saleh is aggressively exploring a front court overhaul, and the Hawks are not satisfied with the current roster construction. Whether it's AD or not, the message is clear. The Atlanta Hawks are shopping the top of the market right now. So will Anthony Davis be an Atlanta Hawk right now? I have no idea. But the fact that they're even being mentioned alongside Toronto and being discussed as a real suitor tells me something big is coming, which is good because this team is winning, but they're not satisfied with just winning. And if Dallas, if they lower the price, or if Atlanta can find a way to get creative, this could heat up fast. Now, I will say this. If you think the Atlanta Hawks are going to trade for one of these big names, Giannis, 80s, Sabonis even is a big name, leave your thoughts in the comments below. Would you make this happen? What would you be willing to give up? Let me know. And one thing I would say too, would you consider Trae Young in this deal? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. We are on the journey to 10,000 subscribers, and we need your help. And if you enjoyed this video, please check this one out right here. And like always,